At Taimex Nutrition Center, we help you become a doctor for your own health. We first welcome you, then get all your personal details. We get your blood sample, test for diabetes, and get to know your blood type. We measure the length of your fingers, legs, height, head, and nature of your dental formula and body, as well as establish the amount of fats in your body. Our doctors advise you on the proper diet to eat, the right exercises for your body, the right amount of water to take, and the types of foods to eat. After, they forward you to a professional nutritionist doctor for details about your diet. For more details, come to Conrad Plaza along Entebbe Road or call 07782 88361 or 0758 819952. Mbarara branch is located on High Street, Amazon Building, opposite Post Office, Level 1, or call 0754 918590 or 0392 176533.
A very good evening to you all and welcome once again to Talk Time here on UBC TV. And every time you see that advert there, you definitely know that it's time for Talk Time here on UBC TV. My name is Edward Rukidi Kijanangoma and I welcome all of you. And tonight we shall be looking at arthritis. Now, arthritis, most of you know what arthritis is, but I'll tell you briefly what the description is. And it is said to be an inflammation of the joints, and it said that it can affect one joint or multiple joints, and there are more than 100 different types of arthritis with different causes and treatment methods. I don't have to delve so much into that one, because joining me in the studio is none other than Dr. Tamala Ismail. Dr. Tamala Ismail is the Executive Director of Taimex Nutritional Center, and it's located on Nasser Road, and they are housed on Conrad Plaza, that is on Nasser Road. Doctor, good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening, viewers. Thank you very much for tuning on UBC at this hour and also liking your health.
Of course, and Doctor, he's not a new face here. Probably even you watching us right now, you've been to Conrad Plaza where they are situated, and the difference between what they do and other probably clinics and hospitals or other medical practitioners is that for them, theirs is all about nutrition. You go there with arthritis, they will just tell you what to eat or what not to eat, and you'll improve within no time. But that is the doctor's take. He'll be telling us more. Yes, doctor. Of course, the arthritis here, we're looking at arthritis, and it says that it is an inflammation of the joints. But probably you could tell us a little bit more about this animal called arthritis.
Maybe viewers, many people used to think that arthritis is either bacteria or virus calling arthritis. Many people would come to our nutrition center crying, say, oh, the doctor said they have arthritis, this microorganism goes into the bone and doesn't cure. Now, first of all, as I told you, we have been trying to demystify so many things here. And viewers, when they tell you you have arthritis, don't just get worried. Arthritis means, arthri means joint, tis means pain. So when you talk about arthritis, it means joint pain. These are Latin words.
When you hear the word, you actually get scared.
Yeah, Latin Greek word. Arthritis just means joint pain.
And it's simple. Pain, however.
Yeah.
It is pain.
Yeah, it is just joint pain in the joints. And of course, as you can see, this pain in the joints is caused by many things. But the major cause is a condition which they call it autoimmune disorder. But for us in the nutrigenomics, maybe viewers who have just joined us, we have to make a slight clarification because many people out there ask, how do you differ from other nutrition?
Exactly.
This is telling me this. Okay, I want you viewers to understand that what we are doing actually is not in nutrition. It is called nutrigenomics.
Nutrigenomics.
And nutrigenomics is very different from nutrition. I'm going to give you the example, the differentiation. Now, nutrition is the one which we have grown up all of us hearing. Take cabbages, they are good for this. Take tomatoes, they are good for this. Take katukuma, take seeds of avocado, take seeds of this, take aloe vera, take this, take chia seeds. I mean, the nutrition outlines what is in foods. And they tell you those are very good for your body. Eat. Actually, at times out there, you find somebody confused. He says, what should I eat? This one is telling me take tomatoes, this one is telling me this.
What you have been told.
That is where nutrition, that is nutrition. It begins with what is in the foods to eat, okay, and tells you everybody eat. Now, with the nutrigenomics, we don't start there. With the nutrigenomics, as you have seen that film, we start with your genes and your cells. Get them up. Then we find out your cells and genes. What foods do they need to keep going, to keep you healthy, to make you to make the body self-healing? I mean, to make the body be able to cure its own diseases. So that is the major difference. Here we start with your body, then we can shop the foods which are compatible to your genes and cells to keep you healthy, to make a body self-healing. That's why many diseases which had hitherto been thought as being uncurable or non-curable, here with the nutrigenomics they go, because the root cause is good. Secondly, here with the nutrigenomics, we also look at something else. We look at your genes and cells and find out what exercises do they need. Because everybody's system has an exercise needs. Others are supposed to be in aerobics. Others are supposed to be in quiet environments. Others are supposed to be walking. So here we're looking at your body system, the genes and the cells. We can tell the exercises your body system needs, which the nutrition there does not address.
Exactly.
Number three,
you get into details. It's science.
Yes, Number three, we also look at the life system. These genes and cells of a particular person, how should they move to avoid stress, handle stress, and try to be positive to life. Because you see, here it's not, that one is not also stated in the side of the nutrition. Because people react differently to stress. There are people whom you annoy and they'll box you. Others will annoy them and they'll go laughing.
As a result of stress.
Others will annoy them, they'll keep quiet and make a revenge and plan for a revenge for 80 months.
Those are the worst.
Every day you meet and talk and laugh, but he's planning to
finish you.
With the nutrigenomics, we address that. Secondly, with the nutrigenomics, we are able to know who is going to fall sick of what and why. Simple, by knowing somebody's body system, looking at somebody's cells and gene system, we can tell that according to your genome system, these are the diseases in row.
Wow.
Actually, 80 80 to 90% of the patients or the clients who come to Taimex Nutrition Center, before even they tell us what they are suffering from, by looking at his sheet, you tell him you are prone to this, and tell you actually those you have mentioned, I have them. Because for us, we know who will fall sick of what and why.
Thank you so much.
Then also, that doesn't stop there. Because with the nutrigenomics also, we are able to prevent. So if you come to Taimex Nutrition Center and you do this, the diseases which have not come to you, there is no way they will ever come. Forget. Falling sick becomes the option. Number two, the diseases which are there, the body system will be able to heal them because you are giving it the right foods. We give food supplements, but you take them only for a very short time.
So that's why a bigger percentage of what you give is actually...
Yeah, the supplements, you take them only for 30 days and stop. Whether you have diabetes, whether you have pressure, whatever condition you have, our supplements are taken for a short period of time, less than 30 days.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
So that is how the difference between nutrigenomics
and nutrition.
Nutrition is very old. Actually, it copies the fashion of the year 1818, when blood groups were when transfusion was discovered without the blood groups. Now, the nutrigenomics we are doing today is version 2020. I mean, 2010. So
2010, yes.
2010, yeah. So
very
that's
good.
the difference.
And of course, if you're just joining us, so we are looking at arthritis. And do you think arthritis can actually, given the diet that you practice, do you think you can avoid arthritis? And that is something that we're going to be getting into. And in the studio, I'm with Dr. Tamala Ismail, who is the Executive Director of Taimex Nutritional Center, and is found on Conrad Plaza along Nasa Road. Yes, Doctor. So now, talking about arthritis, there are some key points here. You'll also add on to this. One of them, it says that it can cause a range of symptoms and impair a person's ability to perform everyday tasks. Physical activity has a positive effect on arthritis and can improve pain, function, and mental health. Now, those are some of the key pointers. But what are the causes?
You see, the major arthritis, there could be about 4 major causes. But there was one major cause and 3 minor causes. The minor causes would be things like infectious arthritis, where you have got an infection within the joint. And of course, that infection can always be given medicine until you go. Then
that's good news.
That is simple. And those are just 10% of the arthritis cases. Then you have other arthritis, maybe you can have joint pains as a result of having an injury or something. That's because it becomes what? Joint pain, isn't it?
Yes.
But now the major type of arthritis we're talking about now is that one you are seeing in the film on the screen today. It is mainly caused by what we call autoimmune disorder. But how does it come? Here in nutrigenomics, we are able to explain exactly what takes place. One of it is when you eat, that's why mainly arthritis, as we shall see, it is more of a disease which is more, it's common, it affects all sorts of category of people, but it is more common and more attributed to blood group O, who have a strong immune system. Yeah. Now, when you look at that, let's look at first of all what happens. That is the bone, the normal bone. It has a cartilage. Okay, that's a joint.
Yes.
Okay. Now, with that joint there, they should be able to move. You have sort of hinge joints. You have those sorts of joints. Okay, those are features of a joint, a normal joint. And it's supposed to be flexible. It has a cartridge. That cartridge which you see there
should be able to support weight and stuff like that.
Exactly. And those are now what happens exactly in these joints, as you can see now. That one is many people complain of the fingers; they can no longer tie them, and so on and so on. Now, what actually happens that's why when it starts affecting many joints, that's why they term it rheumatoid arthritis. Now, what exactly happens is in the joints, when you eat wrong foods, now I'm explaining arthritis from the nutrigenic point of view. When you eat wrong foods, which have lectins, we talked of lectins when we are beginning this program.
Yes.
Lectins which are not compatible to your body system. We saw that these lectins, they agglutinate the red blood cells, the cells. Now, to some body system, especially blood group O's, the agglutinated cells go and lodge themselves in the joints.
Okay.
Plus the lectins, which are coming from the wrong foods the blood group was eaten. We even know which foods are likely to cause arthritis. Now, when they lodge into the joint, right now, the immune system, because most of these people have joint pains are people who have strong immune systems, like blood group O's. No nonsense. Should first ask questions later. That's the immune system of a blood group O. It's no nonsense. The immune system will straight away go to these joints and start attacking these agglutinated cells and the lectins. Now the battle ranges on. The immune system will fight, and whenever, of course, the joints will start swelling. Because now the battle goes on. The immune system is fighting agglutinated red blood cells, fighting lectins from wrong food. That's what it's called a lot of immune system, because there is virtually no invasion in the body system. There's no invasion in the joint. Clogged red blood cells, they are being attacked by the immune system. Then you have also lectins from wrong foods being attacked there from the immune system. Then you start getting that battle in the joints. The battle will range on and on. And the problem is, the majority of people, 95% of people who treat arthritis, okay, they give painkillers and anti-inflammatory medication.
And that doesn't help.
They are reducing the pain, but the battle is continuing on. And you are not tackling what is causing the battle. As you see that film will go in, you'll find out, you'll see exactly what happens. So you are not tackling the problem. No. What is happening is
you're actually prolonging the pain.
Prolonging you are just killing the pain. So the joints go and start swelling. Okay, they start swelling. Why? The immune system is busy fighting the problem. Now when it goes into those joints, now we see that, for example, joint could be in the leg, right?
Yes.
That sort of joint.
It is.
The battle goes on, and eventually even the cartridges, that cartridge which you saw initially, which is supposed to act as a cushion between the two bones joining,
yes,
it gets eaten up. And that's when you start finding people, I think you can see
walking
now.
Becomes a very big problem.
They walk when the bones are making noise. Now,
is that a bad stage?
Of course, it's not bad. It's not yet bad. But the worst stage, as you will see, because now you see what is happening right now, that is the bat around the joint. You have the immune system. It is attacking the red blood cells. It is attacking the long lectins from longer foods, and that's where the problem comes in. And the battle rages on, and you see that cartridge goes on being eaten.
Oh yes.
To some people, the cartridge completely gets eaten up, and the bones join. Now the joint becomes completely destroyed. It's no longer joined. Why? Because the bones, as you see, they join up, and they start joining themselves up. So the joint is completely destroyed. That is, I think, one of the worst, because now you can no longer flex the leg. So that is the worst stage it goes on.
Okay, doctor.
But now, when we go back to the others, so that is how arthritis.
At least I can still move my fingers. I don't feel any pain.
It starts up by moving them when you are getting pain. Then they start swelling. And on and on and on. And you can never treat arthritis unless you do nutrigenomics to Taimex Nutrition Center. It's impossible, because if you give painkillers, the pain will go, but the battles will continue in the joints. So that is what we call arthritis, the greatest type of, the biggest part of arthritis, which is about 90%, because they have the 10% which I prescribed before. So that is where and this is the one which is disturbing most people today.
Thank you, doctor. I really do hope that the viewer out there is really getting a lot of insight in as far as arthritis is concerned. At times we have these joint pains, and you just feel it's just a joint pain. Probably maybe you had a long walk and then the pain comes, but you never know, probably that pain has just come, it has been aggravated by that long walk that you have taken, and you don't go to visit a doctor, or you'll go to visit a doctor and then they just give you, it's just normal pain, take these tablets, pain for the painkillers, and then the pain goes away, but then after some time it comes back. So I think when that happens, it is high time you went and visited Taimex Nutritional Center on Conrad Plaza, and that is on Nasa Road. Yes. Now, doctor, we've talked about all these things, but is arthritis genetic, or can I inherit it, for example, from my parents? Previous
studies and thoughts, they used to say that arthritis can be inherited. Arthritis is not inherited, but however, it can run in a family. Altogether. You see, viewers, I want you to differentiate two things. A disease running in a family and a genetic disease. A genetic disease means that the man maybe is having arthritis, and therefore that gene of arthritis is being passed over to the child, and therefore to run in the blood. No. What happens is, where it comes to run in the family, is that, for example, as we earlier indicated, that particular body systems have particular disease profiles.
Yes.
So, for example, I give you an example. Arthritis is very common among blood group O's. Because
O
of
plus,
O plus,
O.
O minus, most of O plus, O hunter, O explorer, O gather. Arthritis is a very common disease. Simply because, and also in some nomads, some blood group B's, because they have very strong immune system. Because arthritis, as you have seen, is an autoimmune system, an autoimmune disorder. There are people who have an immune system like blood group O. It is shoot first, ask questions later. They ask later. That's why they are major victims of things like allergy, sinuses, and all those sorts of things, and asthma, so because of their reaction to environment and so on. Now, when you're blood group O per father, okay, and you have a kid who is also blood group O, chances are, if the kid also does not change diet, if you got arthritis, it is also going to pick arthritis, because the disease is running in the body system. And this body system, ladies and gentlemen viewers, we inherit them from our fathers and from our mothers.
Oh, yes.
So, you understand? So if a mother, you took the body system of the mother, and you don't come to do nutrigenomics at Taimex Nutrition Center, then you are going to run the disease your mother ran. If your father had a particular diseases, and if you are the one who took off the part of his body system, you are going to run the diseases that he ran. But not because they were genetic. They are running in a what? And that system can be broken. How? The moment you come and change diet, arthritis will find you where? Nowhere. You never get arthritis.
Wow. I read something, and probably females watching, probably this one might scare you a little bit. I understand they are the most prone to arthritis. Is that true?
Yeah, some studies indicated that, because most women have big hips, and at times they fail to balance properly on the but that will be only in the knees, because that one is not going to cause arthritis in the fingers and in the elbows, as we have been seeing. Okay,
that's why we see at times
mainly the knees. Yeah. Actually, another thing that you see now, if that situation begins, which we saw, and then you are overweight or obese, so you are putting too much weight on the body, on the legs. Of course, that increases you see the pains will increase in the joints. Okay, the pains are going to increase in the joints. So women, of course, that they have big hips, most of them, and then they cannot balance properly on the legs, so it can cause them some joint pains in the joints, especially around the knees. Of course, and most women, of course, definitely, when you look over obesity levels, they are more in the percentage of people who are obese are more of women than men. And of course, all those can play a very big role. But the major issue is what you are eating. Even if you are very small, you'll get arthritis if you are eating the wrong food.
Indeed, they say that you are what you eat.
Yeah, even if you are very small, you'll get arthritis.
And that diagram,
but that is just simple. Those are some of the few extras which are put in for women being. That could be about maybe 10 or 15%. But of course,
Doctor, of course, at Taimex, you really much of the healing and the treatment you give to your clients really is about nutrition and whatever it is.
Nutrigenomics.
Now, what role does diet play in either avoiding arthritis or curing it?
Of course, with the nutrigenomics, we know which foods are going to cause arthritis to a particular body system, and we know which foods are going to help somebody when he has this condition. That's why when we give him some of our food supplements, he takes them only for 30 days. Finish. Then, as long as you are eating the right foods, it's okay. We even have special. If somebody comes with severe arthritis, we have special dieties for arthritis, for each
What are
body
these
system.
foods? What should I eat? And what shouldn't I eat?
It depends on what is your blood group, what is your
goes back to
genotype.
the- okay.
It comes on to that. For example, I can maybe just highlight out one body system. We have a body system we call GT1 Hunter. For those who have been at Taimex Nutrition Center, they know this body system. GT1 Hunters, they usually at times blood group O. But one of the major foods that causes them joint pains are things like wheat, milk, corn, white potatoes, Irish potatoes, eggplants, tomatoes, kiwi, food additives, processed sugar, coffee. Those are some of the foods that are the major causes that are trigger.
But these are the foods that are readily available. Do we have to, to have a certain amount, as far as the portions are concerned? Because, I mean, people have
they have so many. For example, for this GT1 hunters,
yes.
they have a lot of food. They take matoke, they take sweet potatoes, they take yams, they take things like chicken, they take goat's meat, so they have a lot of foods. Yeah, for every body system here, we have about over 500 different types of foods to pick from. So you cannot say that when they stop me this, I am going to starve. No. And the foods we tell people to eat are the very foods which are in their kitchens. They are the very foods in their gardens. So we are not the food we are telling people to eat is not from the moon. For example, some of the foods which are very good to fight arthritis among a blood group of GT1, that body system. One of it is meat, red meat. Fight
red meat is
good for GT1, but very bad for GT3. We see that's why nutrigenomics makes a difference. Things like sweet potatoes, they are very good for GT1 hunter for arthritis. Things like pineapples, things like ginger, things like turmeric. These are very good foods for GT1 hunter.
But depending on
that's what I'm only giving you only for GT1 hunter. People have been time institutions and I understand this. This is usually blood group O. When we have, for those of you who have tuning it for the first time, we have about 6 genetic body system which we use. We have GT1 hunter, GT2 gatherer, GT3 teacher, GT4 warrior, GT5 explorer, GT6 nomad. So these are the body systems, and each body system has foods which, I repeat, fight arthritis, and those which bring it arthritis, just as we have seen. You may find that a food which causes arthritis in GT1 again goes to fight arthritis in GT4. That's where nutrigenomics.
And that's why it's very, very important that if you need to really understand, if you have arthritis, you need to go to, Taimex Nutrition Center so that you can at least know your blood group, first of all, and what foods you should or should not eat in order to avoid, that pain as a result of arthritis. Now, we're going to take a very short break, but I'm still with Dr. Tamale here, and we'll be coming back and we'll be looking at what should your role be as a person, as far as self-management is concerned. Stay with us.
At Taimex Nutrition Center, we help you become a doctor for your own health. We first welcome you, then get all your personal details. We get your blood sample, test for diabetes, and get to know your blood type. We measure the length of your fingers, legs, height, head, and nature of your dental formula and body, as well as establish the amount of fats in your body. Our doctors advise you on the proper diet to eat, the right exercises for your body, the right amount of water to take, and the types of foods to eat. After, they forward you to a professional nutritionist doctor for details about your diet. For more details, come to Conrad Plaza along Entebbe Road or call 07782 88361 or 0758 819952. Mbarara branch is located on High Street, Amazon Building, opposite Post Office, Level 1, or call 0754 918590 or 0392 176533.
Welcome back from that short break, and this is Talk Time here on UBC TV, and a warm welcome to those of you who might have just joined us. And tonight we are looking at arthritis. Yes, this is a disease that probably most of you are moving with, but you don't actually know it is arthritis. Probably you get some joint pains, maybe in the fingers, the knees and the ankles, but you don't even know that this actually is arthritis, because probably you've been moving with it and it doesn't come every other time. So we have realized that it is a big problem, in our communities, especially in Uganda here. So that's why we have with us here in the studio Dr. Tamale Ismail from Taimex Nutritional Center on Conrad Plaza, Nassau Road, and he's here, giving us everything as far as arthritis is concerned, what you should do in order to avoid it, what you should eat, because one thing that we have understood tonight is that what you eat can actually either cure or
trigger
arthritis. Doctor, yes, now I would like to know, I might have some, just joint pains, and it's just pain, probably maybe I've exercised and I just move on with it. But tell us, what are the early signs that a person should actually look at and say, hey, this one here, it is bad news, I should go and see a doctor? What are those early signs?
Okay, we have, first of all, what we call general symptoms. We have general symptoms which come with the indication of arthritis. One of it is fever, you feel some temperature, you feel cold. Then when you go to a doctor to check, they say, for us, we don't see what you are suffering from, because this arthritis is not an infection. So it's
tricky then.
It's not an infection. There is no actual, apart from the few cases of about 5%, but 95% of the arthritis, there is no microorganism which is causing it.
And that's why most people are probably moving with arthritis.
Exactly. There is no microorganism which causes it, as we have seen, autoimmune disorder. So at times it brings a fever. You feel at times very cold, you feel all the temperatures can go up to 40, then you go to hospital, they examine you, then they say, for us, we don't see what you are suffering from. Then at times it brings some general body weakness, fatigue, tiredness, loss of appetite. Then you start getting paralyzed in some parts of the body, and these are some of the general signs. But then it starts moving into what we call pain symptoms. Then you start getting some pains around the joints. Now this reminds me, one time I was on a plane, and I was moving with somebody who was a former ambassador somewhere in one of the countries which are very hot.
Okay.
So for him, he had got arthritis, and for him he thought, because he was staying in the AC, because the countries are very hot, so for him, because the arthritis is going the joints, so for him he thought, but being in the AC is why he was having the joints. So you can see how people get confused with some of these diseases.
Exactly.
For him, we was attributing it for having been in the AC. This has nothing to be in the AC. It is all about what you are eating. Of course, so you get mild or moderate pain. Then you get pain pain and off. Then you get joint pains more severe in the morning. Then you start to get the pains, the joints can
see there,
in the morning. Then you start to get some small joint swelling. Then when it goes on, as we saw in the other last film you saw, you start getting things like a joint deformity, things like a joint swelling. Now the joint starts swelling.
And
you start getting joint dislocation. because you know the cartridges are moving. I wonder how the bones are twisting themselves out,
Rubbing
get
against
dislocation.
each other.
Then you start to get partial dislocations, then ulnar deviation. Then of course other signs could be things like morning stiffness, joint readiness, then inability to stress and no bend joints. You find somebody has having problem to bend his joints. All those are signs that arthritis is setting.
Wow.
And of course, that's why in most cases people go on and they are given painkillers. But you are taking painkillers for how long and for how far?
Exactly. And doctor, also one thing that probably we can talk about here is, I mean, if you feel you have those pains, probably, you know, self-management, it has been said that it's very, very key. And as far as, managing arthritis symptoms is concerned, probably, do I have to keep physically fit?
Of course, with the nutrigenomics, that's what I told you. We tell you what foods your body cells and genes want. We tell you what exercises your body cells and genes want, and the lifestyle strategy. How do you avoid stress? How do you combat stress if it comes? According to it. So definitely exercises are very important, because as we saw, exercises, the major use of exercise is one, to keep the body system fit and keep a very strong immune system. If you lose weight, that can be by that way. Otherwise, we said that the exercises will not help you so much always to lose weight. Otherwise, we said football players would be like ghosts in the field, because they're always doing exercise and they're always running up and down.
But those guys, I think they don't suffer from this.
When they are still inactive,
athletes are, we believe they are,
as time goes on, depending on what they are eating, they give way. Mark, you people who are doing sports, they are young. Most of them are 30 years and below. But of course, if they continue eating wrongly, they start degenerating into this. That's the iron about it.
Oh, actually, it's good you've talked about
But
that.
exercises also help a lot to what of especially to certain body system.
Actually, exercise, generally, you must exercise if you have to avoid all so many other diseases, especially the non-communicable
But the
diseases.
exercises will not help you to fight arthritis forever. Because time will reach. Why? Let me tell you. Time will reach when you can't do the exercises, because the joints will start paining. You can't run.
I'm looking at a scenario.
So
I'm running.
I get clients. They say to do the exercise. I used to do them, but now the legs start paining. I had to stop. So the question is, even if you do the exercises and you are not tackling and you are not coming to nutrigenomics to eat the food supporting your body system, you are in trouble.
So which age group is actually, more prone to this?
Now, it's not. The question is not age group. The question is lifestyle. Okay? Because I can tell you, you can find somebody in a rural setup.
My mother is 70, but she
you can find somebody in the rural area with 70 without joint pains. You find a young man here at 30. He's having joint pains. I work on people at age 30. 30 years he's having joint pains. Why? The life is moving. He's drinking this, he's eating this. And you see, as I've shown you, there are foods which are responsible for these joint pains. And most of these foods which are responsible for arthritis, they are not so much available in the rural areas. That's why you find people in the rural areas not so much, except in particular rural areas where there are particular type of drinks and foods which really trigger.
Urbanization is actually causing most of
yeah,
this.
Of course.
And what we eat, especially what we eat.
That's
good here. But also, doctor, it says that different therapies, I can see warm water therapy, like to exercise in a warm.
All those you do, but the arthritis will not go. Arthritis has to go. You have to go and remove what is causing the arthritis. Treating arthritis is not the problem. Giving painkillers to arthritis is not the problem. The problem is removing what is causing the arthritis. Then the body system should heal itself. And you can only get that at Taimex Nutrition Center with the nutrigenomics. Without that, there is no way. You continue taking painkillers, you can take the warm water, there's a while you food there, the pot water. Yes, the pains will go for some time. But you will come back, because you are going back again to eat foods which are encouraging it.
So what I'm picking up here is actually, you must actually look at the diet, especially the diet. What you're eating.
Exactly. What are you eating? Basically, the arthritis will go. The joint pain will go. Many people are suffering with this joint pain.
But
you see, the problem is people don't have the information. That's why we're here, to give you the information. You have joint pains, just come to Taimex Nutrition Center.
And most people actually, the benefit of, treating it or combating it using nutrition is that when you use the tablets also cause their
of course
own,
they have
also the
they have side effects, and they have a very big toll on the liver and on the kidney. So if you are taking painkillers from January to December, 1 year after another year to another year, are you looking at your kidney? Yet you can do here, eat the right foods. Not only are they going to cure your arthritis, but also to keep your immune system very strong, and even what of other diseases that will have come to you.
Yes, that's great. Okay, let's look at risk factors. Some of the risk factors, understand they are non-modifiable arthritis.
Of course, the major victims for arthritis, as I said, first of all, they are blood group O's. Blood group O's, they are major victims of arthritis. In fact, blood group O's have a very strong immune system. That's why they are major diseases which disturb them. They hardly get infections, diarrhea, typhoid, what, rarely. The diseases that disturb them come as a result of a strong immune system. They are major victims of allergy. Allergy is a result of a strong immune system reacting to the environment. They are major victims of gas in the stomach. We saw the other time ulcers and so on. They are major victims of ulcers. They are major victims of arthritis, joint pains. Then they are major victims of sinuses and asthma, which are also autoimmune disorders. And then they move into pressure. Also, their pressure comes in as a result of the nature of their body system. And the prostate cancer in men after age 60, if they don't change diet. So you can see most of their diseases come as a result of a strong immune system trying to being misused. Actually, that is it. You have a strong immune system, you are giving it stronger foods, then it reacts, it fights, it gets fed up.
And yet, when I have, most people actually believe that when they have a strong immune system, then they are okay. They are okay.
Yeah, but if it is misused, it's like a country having a very strong army misused, then it's turning around the civilians. Exactly, that's what's happening with the blood group, with the strong immune system.
Hey, yes. So. This is very interesting, viewer. If of course, right from the beginning, looking at arthritis, and these are some of the new things that we are learning. Probably, we knew them, but we didn't even bother.
Actually, these cases you saw of arthritis, they even reach a time when the cartilages have eaten themselves, and they go for knee replacement, and that the cost of knee replacement goes for 13, 14 million and above in most hospitals. Even if you go outside to India, where they tell you more. Yet, at very little money, less than 1 million shillings, you can just work on your joint pain and they will be okay. And also, you who hasn't got them at 110, you avoid them. Why do you wait to go and pay 13 million shillings in the hospitals when you need 110,000 shillings to know your diet and avoid arthritis?
Exactly.
That's what we also tell people, that 1 gram of preventing a disease is better than 1 million tons of curing a disease.
Actually, you have talked about money because most people actually, in Africa, some people actually die because they just fear, or probably they don't even have the means to come and to Taimex Nutritional Center, for example. Because if I'm watching you right now and you're telling me all this, I may think, Dr. Tamale is very expensive. Can we afford you?
First of all,
yes,
nutrigenomics, which we do at Taimex Nutrition Center, is the cheapest form of treatment in the whole world. Why? One, it's only 110,000 shillings to prevent. We are the only people who can prevent diseases.
110, that is including the supplements? If I'm
no, without supplement. Without supplement.
Okay.
If you have a conditions, they can cost you about 700,000 shillings, 800,000 shillings. And you take the supplements once in a lifetime. You don't need to take them again. Whether you have diabetes, whether you have pressure, whether you have anything. So it becomes very cheap. Instead of taking this medication from year after year, you are taking jerrycans of what? You are taking something from January to December. No. Here you do a single treatment. So I think a single treatment and so on. So it becomes very cheap. Very cheap.
Someone actually just sent me a message, and they have not been watching, but Taimex Nutritional Center is on Conrad Plaza, and that is on Nassau Road. And the telephone number is actually it's been scrolling on the screen there. It will be scrolling shortly.
Maybe to Aaron, for viewers who don't understand Nassau Road, when you are moving Nassau Road, where Nassau Road joins Entebbe Road, There is a building which has uptake, because now the bigger building
Yes.
has uptake. That is the Conrad Plaza building. You come to the second floor, ask for Taimex Institution Center. You are in Western Uganda, you go to Mbarara, Amazon House on the Mbarara High Street, come to the second floor, find Taimex Institution Center there, you will be served. You are in the Eastern region, you can now go to Jinja on the main street, Arcade 82 Madivani building. By 1st August, we shall be open. So you can
this year?
August, next month, we are going to open up a branch in Jinja on the main street, Arcade 82, on the 1st floor, in that Madivani building. So be free to go there. Ladies and gentlemen, don't sit on diseases and don't wait for diseases.
That is the
to
last
attack
message.
you.
Doctor, I have a friend, and actually she was told that she cannot drive long distances. She cannot sit behind the wheel for more than 10 minutes because she has so much pain in, I think, the
ankles.
And
Yes.
she was told that she's going to be operated.
Yes.
She has arthritis, that's what she was told, and that she's going to be operated. Can she come to your place and she gets medicine?
Of course she can come, but it all depends at what stage. You have seen the stage when the cartridges have been completely worn out, and the joints, the bones have joined and even start growing in one another, and they become stiff. The joints are no longer moving. That some of these will call for surgery. But if they are if the cartridge is still just being eaten, those ones can be replaced. It's not a problem.
So there is a time whereby if you
Of
reach
course,
the-
for every particular disease, there is a time where no
point of return.
No point of return. Yes, when we have reached terminal stages, see, that is where the whole thing is. It's only maybe this is like a pressure, diabetes. Those can always come back even if you have been having them for 30 years. We can always reverse them back. Pressure, diabetes, ulcers, and so on. But you know, there's a time for these joint pains. Yes, when they are, as long as until when they reach that stage when they can no longer move completely, then they have actually the legs have become stuck. But these people are still having pains, moving with a lot of difficulties, joints swelling, cartridges being partially eaten, and so on. Those can be worked on. But when it comes to when the bone has joined to another bone and they have started growing inside each other, now
it becomes very difficult.
But these other cases, but those cases are only about 10%. So the 90% cases are still normal arthritis. It can always be reversed. Let her come and we shall work on it.
Okay, viewer, we're almost coming to the end of this show, but of course it is very, very imperative that any joint pain that you may be feeling, even right now, do not take it for granted. Please, just go and see a doctor. And I would recommend that you don't go for the doctors that will give you tablets, because in themselves they will also give you a bigger problem. So look to no other place than Taimex Nutritional Center. Just go there. We've given you the directions, Conrad Plaza on Nasa Road, and look for Taimex Nutritional Center. They will be there, very ready to give you everything that you need to know in as far as arthritis is concerned. It's not only arthritis, by the way, because as we said that you are what you eat, and most of the diseases today, even the other time the president was talking about why we have so many people suffering from non-communicable diseases. It's because we do not check what we eat, and as a result Ugandans are having all sorts of diseases. Cancer used to be, cancer, it never used to be a big issue some years back, some decades back. Today it's a big problem, and I think it comes back to what we eat.
Yeah, exactly.
So Taimex Nutritional Center is the place. So doctor, what else do you think you can tell the viewer right now?
Viewers, I just advise you to come to Taimex Nutrition Center and prevent diseases and treat diseases. Whoever is seeing this program right now, and you have any disease, any ailment you are having, it will never cure until you come to Taimex Nutrition Center and look at the root cause of the problem. Then the problem will go. You cannot treat any disease when you have not treated the root cause of the disease. maybe pressure, diabetes, joint pains, ulcers. That's why you are continuing to run up and down, running up and down, abusing this treater, going to another treater, going to another. The problem is you. So come to Taimex Nutrition Center, no foods to eat, to support your genes and cells, so that the body system can be self-healing, so that even if you go for any treatment anywhere, you recover quickly. And when you recover, you don't fall sick again. Those of you who have not come, those of you who have not got diseases, you come. Then you just, your job will just be going to hospitals to look at patients and greeting them, but never need to go there as patients. That's why, that is the beauty with the nutrigenomics, because it completely shields you from diseases.
Thank you so much, Doctor. And of course, there is so much that you can benefit from, paying a visit to Taimex Nutritional Center, not just about arthritis, but so many other diseases. You just go there and they'll tell you what you should eat, what you should not eat, what you should do as far as exercising is concerned. By the way, also, exercising is not like you should. There are some people who actually exercise and yet they are aggravating some conditions that they have. So Taimex Nutrition Center is the place to be, Conrad Plaza on Nasser Road. Doctor, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you here, because you're not only here on a show, but you are actually teaching Ugandans. You, through what you say, you tell them here, you are actually contributing to their health. Thank you so much. My name is Edward Rukidi Kijanangoma. Talk Time returns next week on Monday, same station, same time here from 9 to around 9:50, 5 p.m. here on UBC TV. Up next here on UBC TV is News Tonight with Rhoda Ngonzi. Ciao.
At Taimex Nutrition Center, we help you become a doctor for your own health. We first welcome you, then get all your personal details. We get your blood sample, test for diabetes, and get to know your blood type. We measure the length of your fingers, legs, height, head, and nature of your dental formula and body, as well as establish the amount of fats in your body. Our doctors advise you on the proper diet to eat, the right exercises for your body, the right amount of water to take, and the types of foods to eat. After, they forward you to a professional nutritionist doctor for details about your diet. For more details, come to Conrad Plaza along Entebbe Road or call 07782 88361 or 0758 819952. Mbarara branch is located on High Street, Amazon Building, opposite Post Office, Level 1, or call 0754 918590 or 0392 176533.